Hi, hello everyone. I'm Zuzka, the Crafty Penguin. Welcome to another update. I wanted to update you again and correct something that I said in the last short video. Things happened, but that's an adventure that we're gonna discuss. What happened since then? Well, I managed to finish sort of the circular vest, and as I feared, the one ball made it really kind of small. It's big enough to wear, you know, to put it on, and it looks really pretty actually. Where is it? Yeah. I managed to have a bit of a remainder. I had to frog one row of those that I had made before. But yeah, here's how it looks. Here are the arm size, and it's really pretty. It's amazing. The colors are great and everything. But as you can see, the part beyond the arm size is quite small and it doesn't look great. It's not long enough on the back. The collar stands up over here, so we figured out with Blanca that we actually need to add something to it. I thought maybe we could use this, well, I actually didn't think we could use this Nevada color one, but it was a possibility to choose one of check yarn balls and maybe use that to make it bigger. But then I looked at German Amazon and found out that the Ferris wheel that the mandala is made from can be purchased here, well, from Germany, from German Amazon, for sort of reasonable price. So Blanca actually ordered that. It was after that convention that we saw each other. She wasn't able to actually try it on. She was too busy with her stuff over there. But we figured out we need more, and she ordered 2 more yarn cakes of that Ferris wheel, and they're on their way. And there was an issue because well, it was shipped through Amazon, and in Czech Republic it was taken over by Zásilkovna, who called Blanca yesterday that in 1 minute they are arriving at the address. And she put my address in there. We settled on that, but she tried to reach me, and my phone was on silent at that point, and I found out like 15 minutes later. And then the package was marked as delivered actually. So right now I am in the dark about where the package actually is. It wasn't delivered to my place, and I don't have any more information on it because it was Blanca who ordered it. She just used my address so that I could start working on it right away, you know. So the yarn cakes are somewhere around, I hope, and I hope they will arrive, but as Blanca is leaving next Monday, I guess I will be working on this later and give it to her next time she comes to Czech Republic, I guess. Yeah. So, but anyways, for now it looks like this. And again, I love the central pattern, and I will frog that decorative edging, of course, and we'll just work on adding more rows when the yarn cakes get here. So yeah, but again, it's already so beautiful, and it's lightweight. It's really soft and light, so I think it's going to be great. It just needs more yarn. So that was one adventure that's not yet finished. Another one that was just an adventure to fit a project into a small amount of meters in the ball was the loops and threads that she brought, and she decided she wants a top for her son, for her younger one, and I tried to measure it on my younger one because they are just 2 days apart in age, and admittedly our Dan is bigger because he's a big kid, but yeah, I managed to squeeze in something, and I managed to find a yarn remainder in my stash that matched very well, so you'll see that in a bit. My idea when I started making this was to make several small granny squares and sew them together into a vest or a top thing, and I found some inspiration pictures, and I tried to do the mathematics of the yardage and the weight of the grannies and the combination with my yarn. And I might actually have, yeah, the paper is over here somewhere. Yes. It's a mess, but you might see if well, it's not going to show, I guess. Maybe like this, if at all, or maybe does it work? No, I don't think so. Well, I did bunch of mathematics to just figure out size of the grannies when I tried with the yarn to make a small one, how big one row is, how much it weighs, so how much meters is in one row or in one cluster of the granny, all that. And then I tried to figure out the placement of the grannies and all that, and then I sent, you know, progress information, thoughts and pictures to Blanca, and I sent her the inspiration pictures, and she actually chose one that was one big granny square at front and one in the back, joined at sides, you know, a simple design. And I had to agree that in the end it was the best one, I think. It would work with the small ones, but the look would be quite different. So this is how it looks, and you can see the loops and threads. Big granny square is like this, and like this on the other side, and these straps and the part at the side and the edging at the bottom are that remainder yarn that I have. It's actually Himalaya Everyday Big that I use to make my big hexagon cardigan. Yeah, so that was a remainder of like 40 grams, and it was enough to make, you know, all of these joints and the straps and everything. So I wanted to edge the neckline, but that wasn't enough for that. And one more remainder that I have of this is dark blue, but it doesn't match the blue in these loops and threads squares. So that's what I did. I actually started each granny square from the opposite end of yarn and just worked to the center. And when I got there, I had the amount that would be needed for half of the next round of the granny. So it wouldn't work, you know, one granny would be bigger than the other. Didn't work. But I did the thing that I used the extra to do just an L shape like half of the round, just two sides. So I made it a tiny bit bigger, and it worked well with the mathematics of the size that I needed for Blanca's son. So in the end it worked perfectly. It was loads of weighing the yarn and counting in my head, you know, how much more can I afford to make. So that's how that worked, and it took me like 2 days to finish this. It was really quick. I think I would be even able to make it in 1 day, possibly. So yeah, this is such a nice project, and I'm looking forward to seeing it on him. I will try to get some pictures and maybe post them next time, or there will definitely be a post on my Instagram about that when I get those pictures. So I'm really happy about this. In the end, it worked well. I was afraid there is not enough yarn in it for, you know, a project of a significance or something. It was like, yeah, it's good for one hat, one winter hat, but do you need a winter hat in California? No, you usually do not. So yeah, that's I think that this thing is really nice. So I hope he'll like it as well. So that's this one. And I was actually finishing that the day we went to IKEA, or IKEA as we say, and which is probably more correct, IKEA. We went to IKEA to get some stuff for Marek's bunk bed, and of course we ended up with some extra stuff. I needed Ziploc bags for my yarn as well, and we got 2 more big plushies. You can see our family of big plushies over there. Most of them are the IKEA plushies, but there's one more penguin to my collection. My husband insisted that we need that, and he also insisted that we need the whale. And she is amazing. She's amazing. Actually, out of those, at the last visits, I insisted on that Bronto, and the octopus was a Christmas gift because I had that on my wish list, so I needed that as well. And of course we have the shark. So now we have the whale, and her mouth can be opened. Actually, it has a zipper. I love her. So yeah, sorry, this is not crafty, but just those are new members of this household. New plushies. So yeah, that was that mandala project, that was that toddler top actually, and there was our plushies. And now one thing that I can't show you, of course there will be a picture, there will be more photos. I managed to have the moss stitch cardigan, the beige cardigan, ready when we went this last Sunday to my parents-in-law, and we managed to find a set of buttons in my mother-in-law's collection, and I was able to finish the edging and the button band right there when we were visiting in that one day. It was a breeze, actually, it was easy. And sew on the buttons, finish all the strands of yarn, you know, hide all the ends, and it's done. It's done. She can wear it when the weather gets cardigan worthy, because now it's hot as all frick. So yeah, she has that cardigan with her. She said she will wash it and block it herself, or just, you know, lay flat to dry. And I think she's very happy with that. She seemed really pleased, and you can see a picture of her wearing it right now. So that's done, and I'm so pleased. It's not because it's done like I got rid of it. It's like it's finished and it's a whole garment. It's shaped and it's great in construction, and I'm so happy with the work that I've done. So if I say so myself, I'm just so pleased. Yeah, that's just it's great. And also it consumed like 13.5 balls of yarn. So originally I had almost 12 balls of that old discontinued yarn from my mother-in-law, and as I mentioned before, it was nowhere to be found. And while I started the cardigan and did again the mathematics, I found out that I don't have enough for the construction that I planned, and that I will be about 2 balls short, about one ball and something, I thought. Then when I changed things up a bit, I even thought I will need more than that. So I tried desperately to, you know, find it somewhere, and no good, there was nothing. And then after searching and searching and even contacting the original manufacturer of that yarn, through their page I finally found a lady who had some extras and was willing to give them to me. So she sent me, what was it, 4 and something balls of that yarn, and from that I used 1.5 basically. I have almost exactly 3 balls left. One is basically the ends, you know, scraps of other ones, because when I did one sleeve and the other one, I started from 2 balls, you know, not to share a ball between the sleeves, and I ended up with 3 scraps that make 1 ball in weight, and 2 are untouched. So I have a remainder. I don't mind that. I'm glad I had the extra. Funny thing about that was there are some yarns that have more in the ball than is declared on the label. Famous example for me are the colorful Love Made shop yarn cakes, the beautiful blended yarn cakes, which when I worked on a shawl for Cleo from the Lisbon yarn cake, I was fearing I don't have enough, because as I was counting, you know, and weighing the shawl, I was like, it's not enough, there's just 1000 meters and 250 grams, I think, and it's not going to be enough for the last 3 rows or something. And then I found out there are actually 14 extra grams in that yarn cake, which is quite a lot of extra, and it was enough for the whole pattern of the shawl. So that was amazing. Since then I found out that all of those yarn cakes have more than the declared 250 grams. So that's amazing, that's great. I am grateful to the maker of that yarn. And I found out that the new Bella Batik, the 100 gram ones, are also slightly bit bigger, just by 2, 3, 4 grams at a time, but slightly bigger than declared, which is great. And in this case, with the Melinda yarn from Toptex, it's not like that. The balls are declared to be 50 grams, and most of them were 47, which again, 3 grams doesn't sound like a lot, But when you realize I used 13 balls of yarn, or 13 and a half, that's almost 40, that is 40 grams difference in the whole project. That's almost one extra ball lost somehow in the discrepancy of the weight declared and the real weight of yarn. So yeah, it wouldn't still be enough if they were all 50 grams, but that was a thing that irked me a bit. So yeah, but in the next project I actually used up less yarn than I thought that I would. And the project is done. You've seen it already in panels before. I will post a picture of it being blocked, the panels, and now it's all sewn together, edged, ready to be worn. And it's the kaleidoscope top. Here it is. Am I showing you the right side? Yes, I am. I know it looks like a square, but I made it with those small shoulder extension. There are 9 extra rows at the shoulders, which makes it just with the, you know, a square neckline, and the length actually works very well on me. I might add a few rows on the bottom, but for now I think it really works like as it is. I've also added 1 extra row just here under the arm, only to have it like, you know, striped as it should be. Originally I thought I would just seam together the 2 dark blue rows at the edge of the squares, but no, my brain just didn't allow that. So now there's 1 extra row of double crochets in there all along. So that's done and finished and all ready to be worn. So I'm so happy with that as well. It's great. It took me quite some time. I found the first picture of when I was starting the first panel. I was by the end of April, but since then I made like 5 other projects, so yeah, this is all done. It's amazing. Yeah, so that's the kaleidoscope top. I updated my Ravelry with the finished project and also the stash, and as I mentioned, I thought I would use more yarn for this than I did. I used almost exactly 1 100-gram ball of Alisabella batik, the variegated one. I have like a gram left. It's like this super small ball of, I don't know, a few meters. And I used like 1.25, 125 grams of the Katya yarn, which is cotton and microacrylics or something like that. So originally I thought I will need like 2 and 2 balls, and I had 2 of those Bella Batiks bought for that basically. So now I have a remainder of a 1 whole ball of that Alisabella batik. Of the Katya I had 9 balls, so I am like 1 down. I have still like not the whole 8 of them, but like something like 6.5, because I used that for other projects as well, for the small zipper pouches and something else I think. Yeah, but still, it's just like 225 grams of yarn in that top. So that's great, that's amazing. And I should have actually guessed that, because it's a similar size to that diagonal top that I did for my mom, which was done all from the Bella batik and which consumed like 180 grams or something like that. Yeah, or almost 200, something like that. So should have guessed, but yeah. So that's also a pleasant one. What is in there? Yeah, there are the remaining balls of the rainbow ice yarn, you know, that I made the ruffle hat from. Blanca said she doesn't have plans for that, so that I guess remains in my stash for now. What else? Yeah, the thing that I have ready here on the table, except one of them, are the Easter eggs that I had on my table last time back there, and I didn't mention them. They are these cutie little Easter rabbits, and I had one more, and that one lives with my mom right now. She chose that one, and it's exactly the one that I thought she would choose. These ones were sent to me by Ilwin, who is my faithful commenter on the videos. Thank you, Ilwin. And she sent me a book to read, and she sent me those amazing rabbits, or bunnies, I guess. And they're just beautiful. The first time that they came and I opened the envelope and showed them to my kiddos, of course they snatched them, but then they returned them, and now they're living on my table. So for now the bunnies are safe from the kiddos and living on my table over here. So yeah, those are just cutesy little crochet companions. They are beautiful. Thank you again, Elwin. So what I'm working on now, among other stuff, because I have those 2 t-shirts that I needed to hem and it didn't work on my sewing machine, so in the end I did one with just hand sewing, whip stitching the edge to the inside, and during that I found out I would use some of these sewing clips, which would help me to hold the edge as it should be. So I had just one of those, and I went to local, how do you call those shops with, you know, just crafty supplies and sewing supplies most of all. So I bought some of these, and I will do the other t-shirt, the rainbow one now. So aside these sewing projects, and I again had to sew some kids garments as well. So aside of these sewing projects, I'm working on a crochet project, and I can't show you because it's going to be a surprise. I started something, it's going to be a gift, and it should stay a secret. So yeah, I'm not showing you. Sorry. Anyways, that's mostly everything for now. I think the kiddo woke up, so if you hear noise, that's him probably, and he might come in a bit. So that is all for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and for liking the videos. Thank you for interacting on my social medias that are going to be in the description of the video. You can visit and check my coffee. I'm still working on the shop over there. That's gonna take some time. And for now, have a great time. Enjoy creating, enjoy crafting, and enjoy the colors. Goodbye!